Right, Mr. Murray, you really think you can cook better than me?
Oh, yeah, Gordon.
You're having a laugh, aren't you?
No. This is, you know, dead simple. This is the whole Murray food philosophy.
Simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
OK, so it's a thick-cut loaf, currants,
yeah.
bit of milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds disgusting. Is that it?
It's not disgusting.
So how many eggs you put in there?
3.
You tight bastard. In my bread and butter pudding, I'm going to use 3 whole eggs and 3 egg yolks, so it gets really nice, rich, delicious custard. Can you stop watching me? Because I think you were trying to steal my recipe. Would you like to be a proper chef one day?
Oh, God, no. No.
What would put you off the hours?
You, mate.
What do you mean, me?
Well, you know, clearly plays havoc with a person, being a chef. I mean, I've hung out with Sarge a lot, and he's not normal.
So what have you done first? Tell me.
Well, I've done the bread. I've buttered the pan. You have to butter the pan, children.
Yeah.
Butter the pan or it won't come off the pan when you're washing it up.
What are you flavouring your custard with?
Well, sugar and lemon.
No alcohol?
No alcohol, no. Are you putting alcohol in yours?
Do you know, it's sort of autumn, so I'm going to put a little bit of Bailey's cream in there.
That's classy.
You know what ladies like when they love Bailey's and ice?
It's a fruit-based drink for the lady, yeah.
But, you know, and do you know what? It just makes that a little bit moreish.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I believe you.
You see, my baguettes are 24 hours old.
Are they?
Yes.
That's what I'd heard.
So because the drier they are,
yeah,
the more custard they absorb.
The more custard they absorb.
Yeah, like you've got big, fat, stodgy bread.
Yeah.
It's not going to absorb any custard. It's going to like eating dry bread. Ow. You can't do that to our customers.
They're your customers. I'm not here next week.
So what do you put at the bottom of your dish?
Butter, and then the bread. And then the bread on top. Buttered bread on top of the butter.
You see, I'm putting a little bit of surprise at the bottom of mine.
Oh, that's exciting. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at what you're actually doing here. What's this?
Dried cranberries.
Oh, they're delicious.
Aren't they? Aren't they?
It's just a relief I've got cystitis, because it's exactly what I need.
I know, come on. Hey, that's unfair. Now, I haven't tasted yours.
That's good for the urinary tract, that is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is, actually. Have you soaked these?
Yes.
They're quite juicy.
Just in hot water, that's all, just to sort of rehydrate them a little bit.
Oh, right. So anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, you get the custard, right, which I didn't bother cooking, right, because there's no point, it's just going to cook in the oven anyway, right? He's complicating it again. And you pour the custard in, on top, you put the raisins on, I've got some raisins left. You see, this is how I cook in a haphazard manner, ladies and gentlemen. I defy anyone to argue with my bread and butter pudding.
OK, whilst Al is making this bread and butter sandwich full of raisins, what we've got here is the most amazing sort of soaked 24-hour-old baguette, and it's done with a sort of Bailey's custard. In between the layers, we've got sultanas, golden raisins, a little bit of apricot jam, and then we're going to cover the top of that with sugar so it caramelises as it cooks in the oven. And that's going to be 10 times better than old Sheffy's over there that tastes like stale bread that's been dipped in ale and left outside for 3 weeks, and even the cat won't eat it. OK, ready for the oven?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Here it comes.
Now, just before it goes in there, just have a look.
Yeah.
And even before they're cooked,
yeah,
you know exactly which one's going to come out best with their blind tasters.
That one.
Oh, come on, Al.
The normal one.
You know, it's not down to the appearance, is it?
No, it's down to the taste. What matters is the taste, yeah.
Taste. OK, you want to say a little prayer before...
No.
No?
I'm a believer.
You're a believer. OK, good luck, my man.
Thank you.
It looks dry.
Oh,
it looks dry. God, dear.
Blimey, what a nerve on that Al Murray, eh?
I'll say. It's only bread and butter pudding, you know that?
Mm.
You wouldn't like that, would you?
I wouldn't mind.
Because it's not posh food, is it?
I don't eat only posh food.
You do?
I don't. If I'm drunk, I'll eat anything. But when you're drunk, you don't. You wake up in the morning, you don't know what you've eaten. You don't really care.
Substance.
Yeah, but it's the same way you wake up in the morning next to Edwina Curry and the wrappings of a doner kebab.
Oh, Christ.
Which is worse?
The kebab.
Yeah. You're a gentleman. I'm a restaurant critic. I eat only in the finest restaurants. I know what food I'm eating. I know where it's farmed. I know how it gets to my plate. I don't accept anything less, unless I'm drunk. And as licensing laws change, people are going to be drunk all night. There's going to be nothing else open, and they'll make the same kind of decision as me more and more, which is the terrible one of eating a doner kebab. There you go. And so we have a first in the annals of food history. A doner kebab purchased stone cold sober. I've got to say, I didn't know that it looked like that. In fact, I didn't know that it smelled like that. I think before I eat another one of these, I'm going to have to find out exactly what goes into it. I've got to find out, at the very least, if it's even meat. Now, of course, some kebab shops make their own kebabs, but most get them from a factory like this one in Burton-on-Trent. The idea of kebab and factory in the same sentence seems a bit wrong. I don't eat food from factories very often. I have no idea what kind of terrible things go on in there. The kind of myths and rumours I've heard make me feel sick, but I am going to go and have a look. $700 million are sold in the UK each year, and this factory alone produces 50 tonnes of kebab meat every week. But meat can mean all sorts of horrible things. And I'm hoping Dominic Jolivet, the quality assurance manager here, can tell me exactly what we're all eating. My word! Look at that! Look at that! It's real meat. It's like a butcher's shop. I had no idea that anything even resembling part of an animal went into a kebab.
As you can see here, they're trimming up all lamb breast.
Right. And the lamb breast is not being used by supermarkets or restaurants because...
Very small, because there's not a high demand for it. As you can see, a bit fatty.
Bit fatty.
Very finicky to get, you know, nice chunks of meat out of.
And the fact that this stuff would normally just get thrown away ends up in a doner kebab, that's a good thing. And is that the end of the story? What else? Are there other carcasses?
There is other trim as well. I'll show you. We also use lamb fronts and shoulders. What happens is with these, the supermarkets sell the lamb cutlets and the legs.
This is lovely kind of loins in there, isn't it?
Well, these are what you call the neck end.
God, there's a neck fillets, though. You can eat them nicely.
Well, what we do with these, we take these out and we sell these as shish.
I am getting closer to eating a doner kebab sober, I think.
It is. It's, I say, it's very, very good quality product.
So, Dominic, what have we got here? This is slightly different. These are frozen fellows. What's that?
This is beef, actually.
This is beef?
Well, that's it, because some of our customers, we do a lamb and beef product.
Right. And would a customer in the street know whether it's...
No, they probably wouldn't do it. Somebody who knows their kebabs would do.
Yeah, because the point is that someone like me, who's very finicky about the kind of meat that I eat, lamb, it's very limited to how intensively you can farm it. Everyone's, you know, reasonably safe with that. Beef, the beef market is slightly different post-BSE and everything, and people are a bit more worried about eating beef. It's odd that they would eat it without knowing.
Well, they would have to know, because on a kebab shop, they should declare it. If it says doner kebab, it's a lamb.
Right.
If it says kebab, then it may be lamb and beef.
Ah, that's a crucial distinction to know. It's got to say doner. If it doesn't say doner, it could be anything.
This is where all the spices and herbs are blended.
Oh, get away, herbs and spices in a doner kebab.
We have salt, garlic, oregano, coriander.
That's incredible, isn't it? That sounds like Gordon Ramsay at Carriages. That's the poshest thing I've ever heard. The doner kebab turns out to be a gourmet production. Thank you. That's fascinating.
This is where we make all the handmade doners, and where the ones that come pumped out in the machine are finished off.
You're the doners, the king of the kebabs, yeah? The sheikh of shish. How long does it take to make one of these whoppers?
5 minutes.
5 minutes?
Yeah.
You're a real artist, then. I mean, I don't think Gordon Ramsay could do a thing like this. It's lovely stuff. Do you ever sort of nick a bit and eat it as you're...
No, I don't eat.
You're not hungry. You've had breakfast.
Well,
and you can eat it raw,
you can eat it, but nothing wrong with it. But
that's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think it would fly out of the shops, you. With the skin first?
No. Ball first.
Meat. Small, that size, yeah?
You have to measure it like I measure in my mind.
I think that's exactly the right size.
No,
so
that's
I need
too big.
No, really? Do you think my balls are getting a little bit too big? Or
One
too
is
quickly?
small, one is big. It doesn't match.
One small, one big, but that does happen. On we go. Is that finished, or do I put another one on?
Yeah. You got to finish all them in you.
Have I?
Yeah.
Oh, have I? Oops.
That's your moment of truth.
Look at that. Look at that.
We have to put this one in museum.
Well, you certainly wouldn't want to put it in your mouth, would you? Some doner kebab. So here we are then, the first doner kebab ever built by a restaurant critic. As I suspected, it's fantastic. And having seen what goes into it, I have to say I wouldn't probably serve this kind of meat at my own table, but you know what? At least it's meat.
I tell you what, Al, it's not just kebabs that Giles Coren eats when he's drunk. You know that. Last time he came to my restaurant, we had to tell him the next day what he had for dinner.
You're joking?
He got so pissed, he phoned up the next day to sort of be told what he had the night before.
That's fantastic.
Outrageous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bloody food critics. It's the moment of truth with the bread and butter puddings. Does yours look dry? Look at that first. Beautiful. Huh? And mine's not finished yet, Al.
Oh, of course it isn't.
No, but it's a little glaze, you know that? Yeah? Apricot jam let down with some water. Is that it?
That's beautiful. That is perfect.
God, dear, oh dear. Are you going to dust yours with icing sugar or something?
No. I can leave mine alone.
Serious? You can't
I've
play
done
with
all
yours?
that can be possibly done with the bread and butter pudding genre here, Gordon.
OK, Jean-Baptiste. Yes? Take the egg sandwich upstairs and take my bread and butter pudding alongside it, please. Yes? Yeah, and make sure you've got some sick bags for the sandwich. The moment of truth. It's important that the pudding judges know what they're talking about. So I tested the palates of our diners as they arrived. The ones who could recognise different flavours will go on to choose which dessert is best. They're blindfolded, so they're only assessing the food by taste. A lucky break for Al. If his was judged by looks, it would be disqualified straight away. I want you to identify these combinations. First combination. Ready, babe? Open, wide, and in. Open wide, please. What is in there? What does that taste of?
I don't know what that is at all.
What's the fruit first? You should know what that is. Grape.
Grape. Beef and apricot jam. Is it a fish?
What does that taste of? Something fruity, anyway.
Roast pork
Roast pork
with apple.
with apple. Well done. So that is what?
That's
Apple.
Was that, it was really chewy and bouncy, like a slug or something.
Off the spoon.
Had that with my sushi last night.
So that is what?
Roe.
Well done. Now, open wide. Apple. Lovely.
Okay.
Here we go.
I can taste strawberries. No, not strawberries, tomato.
Cool. Thank God you said that.
Some kind of grass.
Grass.
I don't know.
Chew it and taste and.
I don't really like it. Oh, it's a bit pepperminty.
Would you like to smoke it? Is that what you get confused? What does it smell of? Come on, Dorothy.
Definitely seafood.
Seafood.
Salmon?
And. Take it all in. Good girl. What's that taste of?
Mozzarella.
Good. Well done. What does it smell?
Tomato.
Tomato. What's the green leaf?
Basil.
Well done. Well done. Well done. Well done. The ones who got most foods right became our pudding judges. Let's see what they think.
This is dessert dish number 1.
Thank you.
Fruity, soft.
You don't like it?
No,
This is dish number 2.
that's much nicer. Yeah, that is
There was a
nice.
real difference.
Real
definitely.
difference. You can actually smell it as
The
well.
other one was a bit too soggy.
The moment of truth has finally arrived.
There is one winner,
Of course, there's one winner.
and the winner is... Well done, Al.
Get out. Justice! Fantastic! Are you sure?
They found you too heavy, actually.
They found mine too heavy?
Yes, indeed.
That can't be true.
I'm afraid it is, Gordon. So, well done, Al.
You know when you go outside this door, you turn left by the traffic lights? Yeah, it's called a job centre.
Really, yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Now... I can't believe that Al's monstrosity is going to be served in my restaurant.
Here we are, Giles.
Oh, my word. Good God, what's that? When am I getting pudding?
It's bread and butter pudding.
You didn't eat it?
No, it was very sweet and it was, you know, it's what you want after something savoury, but it was a bit gloopy.
Yeah.
And it wasn't very warm. And
No.
I don't like currants anyway. And I got more currants than anyone or whatever they are. So.
You're quite a fuss pot when it comes to food.
I kind of like to avoid dairy if possible. And I like to avoid bread.
Bread?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because it makes me bloat and I don't feel good in my skinny jeans.
I'm still fascinated, finally, just to, almost in my own mind, understand why you weren't taught how to cook.
Well, my mum did attempt it a couple of times, and after 4 hours of peeling a potato and then ending up with about that much, because that's what was left.
Peeled it away from that.
Yeah, and she just went, oh, for God's sake, and chucked it in the rubbish, and that was that. And I think that some people are just naturally gifted at it, and I'm not. I'm no good at it.
If there's one perfect thing you'd love to learn how to cook, what would it be?
A roast dinner.
A roast dinner.
Yeah. I'd
Okay.
love to be able to cook a roast dinner. That's one thing that I always love to do.
Lamb, beef,
Probably beef.
Beef.
And I want to do really lovely Yorkshire puddings, but there you go.
roast potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I will come round and show you how to cook the perfect Sunday lunch, OK?
Will you really?
Absolute definite.
But where do I get my saucepans and frying pan from first?
You've got nothing of that in the kitchen?
I've got my tray in the oven, still unused with the instructions in it. That's how I've never used the oven. I don't even know how to switch an oven on.
I will bring all that with me, OK? Roasting tray, pots, pans, sauces, you name it, I'll bring china plates. As long as you promise me one thing, after I've gone, you continue doing it.
OK. All right.
Minimum once a month. No, minimum once a month. Yes?
Once a month. OK, once a month we'll cook.
Once a month.
Yeah.
OK.
Oh.
Shall we shake on it? Kiss on it?
Okay.
Mwah. Promise, yes?
Yes,
once a month,
promise.
minimum. I'll
Once
supply
a month.
everything, you get in that kitchen and cook. Yes?
All right. Yeah.
So, what do you think, Giles?
It's like a wallpaper page.
No, it's not.
No, it's true. I've never put up any wallpaper, so I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know. You've never done a day's
And is this just
work in your life.
Is this grilled or is this just allowed to go stale?
No, it's... You see, my grandmother made this. She was an Austrian lady. She
and how
liked
long-
the crunch.
And when did you make it? 1943.
Now you're beginning to upset me.
I don't
You're on the
need to
verge
know.
of insulting my
It's
family.
what always happens with restaurant criticism. It turns out that no, because your grandmother was a great woman.
Yes, she certainly was. And she endured the Blitz to give you this recipe.
In your time, you've kissed the most amazing guys, yeah? Hugh Grant and Ross Kemp and there's one sort of knobby no-mates around here somewhere. Would you ever kiss Giles Coren?
I don't know who that is.
He's a food critic, writes for the Times. Oh, he's over there, the one with the sort of hairy face. If you saw him, he's sort of helping co-present. He's a journalist and he's single.
I don't do journalists.
You don't do journalists?
Oh, no.
Do you do chefs?
Yeah, I do.
One last request.
What's that?
Okay. I've never seen a sort of girl serve, tea the way you did at Downing Street.
Oh, my God.
Beautiful barmaid in EastEnders.
Thank you.
Just before we go, we've had the starter, we've had the lamb, we've had the pudding. I want you to help Jean-Baptiste, just on a few tables, serve some coffee.
Are you serious?
Like a proper waitress. I want to see what you're like naturally. If you can actually go around the tables with
that
etiquette.
was acting.
Yeah, I know, but...
That's not really me. I've never been a waitress in my life.
Watching you, serve teas and coffees is going to give me an insight to what it's like going round your kitchen, coming round. I'll give you an apron.
But I've got high heels on. I'll just about
That'll
walk
look
in
even
them.
better.
Never mind. Oh,
Just
God.
a couple of
You
tables.
just want to watch me
Yes.
watch you pervert. Okay.
Pumpkin risotto finished with wild rocket to give that really nice peppery flavour. Always look for that little white bit in the centre of the rice, the grain.
Yep.
Yeah, when you can't see that, forget it. Bin it, OK?